I wanted to invite you to day 18 of the Mindset March Challenge. And this is about how to boost your imagination and create the life you really want. So if you're watching this right now, so you're at the very right point, because I would like to inspire you with some ideas on how to, yeah, create the life you really want. The imagination is the greatest creative facility we possess. It creates something out of nothing, and it's the central element to create the life you really want. And you may say, I'm not creative, so stop it, because everybody is creative. In fact, you're creating the life you want, if you like it or not, the self image you want, if you like it or not, your present job, your bank account, your relationships with your friends. So that's all part of this creative process. And how to boost your imagination and create the life you really want. And these are the questions right now. So what is imagination and why is it important? What differentiates us humans from animals in a way? So I found this and put this into relation. What benefits our imagination, and how does imagination help you to win? And yeah, at the end, how to use the imagination and how to develop and boost it. So can you hear me? So if you can hear me now, so feel free to also bring your comments into the round here and exchange. So this is the Mindset March Life Challenge, where I'm remembering Bob Proctor, the legend and leader of self-development, and what I have learned from him. So what is imagination and why is it important? Let us quickly switch to another perspective here. This is what I have prepared for you. And here that is in reference of Bob Lennon, of John Lennon. Here we go, in New York, and his song, obviously, Imagine. So, what is imagination and why is it important? You think imagine is dreaming and is kind of confined to kids. But let me tell you, it creates well-being and technical progress. If you create it, powers your dream life. Your imagination is one of your mental faculties, together with the intuition, with the will, with the memory, the perception, and the reason. It can be one of your superpowers if you know how to use it. Your imagination allows you to create something out of nothing. It's what you use to take something that is non-physical and to bring it into something that is physical. So Napoleon Hill, I have quoted him a lot of times, and also this is the perfect moment to quote him. He says, man's only limitation within reason lies in his development and use of his imagination. And he even devoted one entire chapter on imagination in his book, in Think and Grow Rich. So that importance he saw in the imagination. And so question to you, what sets us apart from animals? Our DNA is 98% the same as that of chimpanzees. So, okay, so of course, this here is something that we might think it's the speech. We have invented fire, agriculture, we write, we have sophisticated tools and large-scale cooperation, right? But if I'm asking this way, and the presentation is on imagination, of course, this is the fact that it's our imagination that so entirely sets us apart. So I have found this article that I found super interesting, and that says, in fact, if you set the bar low, and you can then conclude that also parrots can speak, ants have an agriculture, cows make tools, and bees cooperate on a large scale. Imagination of mental scenarios and connecting with others. That's it. That makes us so special, us as human beings. Okay. The two major factors, says this article, that sets us apart are open-ended ability to imagine and reflect on different situations, and our the deep-seated drive to link our scenario, building minds together. So in this regard, the language is our primary means by which we exchange our thoughts and ideas. But isn't that interesting? So it's not even, so yeah, the way we have our certain languages, more or less like the way how we connect our minds, and that's not limited only to the language, but of course language is an important part of it. So yeah, this said, so this gives us the importance of imagination and the benefits of imaginations. I've just found them like problems are recognized and resolved more quickly. You develop more empathy, you have confidence in your abilities. The imagine encourages creativity, it generates more ideas, it stimulates innovation. So as I just said, we wouldn't live in a modern world like this. So if nobody has imagined like the whatever skyscraper, the car, the lift, the air, the plane, you know, we know this, and it's just nice to put this back into our main focus, because on the one hand, it's always the question, so do we really need it? So shouldn't we stay with the facts? As we all live in a very rational world, of course. So yeah, how does imagination benefit you now and help you to win? So this is something that I have here taken directly from Bob Proctor. And this is his way to describe that you can, when you create an image of something and you want it in your mind, you raise the frequency of the thought to that level, and you're capable of doing it this way. And let me just show it to you a little bit more in detail. And here we think in frequencies. So our thoughts are down here on this frequency here, quite low. And the lines are levels of different frequencies and also of different awareness. And when we set the target up here to the goal, okay, we actually don't have the right, we don't see how we can go up there. It's not, so if we have this goal, we don't have the lines here, we don't have the awareness how we could reach here. So it's not accessible for us. So what does imagination play in this regard? And imagination comes in when it helps us to have the thoughts and mind focused on the same frequency as the goal. And therefore, the imagination is such an important higher faculty, because it helps us to have these thoughts now focused on this higher frequency, and then the means how to get there are found. And there's also this, again, quote that is often used when the first moon landing was planned by and devised by President John F. Kennedy, when he asked, okay, what does it take to build rockets and send it to the moon and bring the man safely back to Earth? So it was the will to do it. One other higher faculty, a decision was made, but that was not really the clue how to precisely do it. But so Imagine definitely helped to get there. And the discouragements. So I have just mentioned them, experiences in school with parents, with society in general, generally discourage us to use imagination. So it's confined to kids, and so we have to think of the rational goals and how to get there, right? But you are a creative being. Whenever you're aware, whether you're aware of it or not, using your imagination is tapping into your energy of the creative flow of the universe, says Bob Proctor. It's literally flowing through you, and if you're let it out, it will change your life in phenomenal ways. And he describes it like this: you see, you're divinely guided by spirit at all times, and spirit is perfect. It makes no mistakes. When you have a strong desire to express or create something, you know that the feeling is divine discontent. So there is something in you that wants to grow. And when a big idea comes to mind, you have the choice either of keeping it alive by letting your imagination flow, or dismissing it and remaining stuck in fear. Trusting in the perfection that resides within you is the key. So this is just something that I wanted to also bring, as this is, of course, so aligned here with Bob Proctor's teachings and ideas. So how to train and develop and boost your imagination. So the first thing that comes here is to daydream. And there is this quote from Edgar Allan Poe: "They who dream by day are cognizant of many things which escape those who dream only by night." So daydreaming is more deliberate than merely dreaming, and that makes it more effective in opening your mind to possibilities. So take a break from your daily tasks each day and relax and let your mind wander. And amuse yourself by speculating on specific ways you would like to see your life improve, and it will soon become a habit, and one day your daydreams may become your reality. So, and if you're watching this now and if you're asking, okay, so what is this about? So this is the 18th day of my personal 30-day mindset challenge, where I'm highlighting one aspect of what Bob Proctor, the leader of personal development, has taught me, and I just wanted to share it and highlight a topic every day in this mindset march. I'm calling it like this. And if you have any questions, of course, let me know and write it in the comment. So we have already mentioned daydream. There's also boredom. It's also not bad to let the imagination and the mind wander, and then do simple tasks. That also is a way to invite imagination. And meditation, also a very important point. Take a walk. And then here, this is something I particularly like: socialize, tell a story to others, because as we are expressing ourselves, we are also even getting more inspired and getting our imagination flow, and then going live. So as I am live here, I am also either in contact with you right now and thinking what you might think. So it makes me already imagine a little bit more what possibilities lie ahead, and maybe how I can change my next topic. Or I think it was already that sometimes the idea for the next topic for the next day came out of a live video. So take a walk, I've already said this, and then read books, study. That's also a possibility to get the imagination into full speed. And then this is something I found, and I found it super interesting: find blue. Okay, I'll tell you why. So blue is often called the color of the mind. Strong blues will evoke clear thoughts and will help us stay focused and serene at the same time. So if you need to connect with your imagination, wear something blue. look at a piece of art, or just stare at the sky. So I just like this and also wanted to share this with you. And then there is also the fact of self-visualization. So that is something that, of course, is so important. Here we have here this, imagine something in extreme detail. It could be your dream house, a place you would like to visit. Try to see colors, details, decoration, maybe even imagine the smell. If it's a house, you can imagine yourself walking along the corridors and into the bedroom, sitting on the couch and letting your mind and spirit really experience this journey. So that is something, that comes when we talk about self-image as well. Really go into detail how you would like to see yourself. And here we have this little example here. Hey, he already walked away. Yeah, this is a beautiful video. If it runs, if it doesn't run, so we can't help it. Let me just switch camera and find out if it works from another perspective. Here we go. So what would I like to say as my final thoughts on imagination? However, many times we use imagination in a negative way and imagine bad things happening to us or other things we don't want. The key is to learn to use our imagination consciously and positively to create the experience we want most in life. And as adults, we tend to let complacency, security, boredom set in, but not the kids. So they have the instinct to fight boredom. And in that respect, children are great actors. So they'll take the most mundane things and make them an adventure. And they put life into the ordinary. And that's the hint that we could use for ourselves. So take that younger self and do some acting. Build an image and on how you want to live, and then act like the person you want to become. And like a child, you'll be surprised and delighted what happens. So also never say you're too old for anything. That especially was sentence that Bob Proctor said. He said always goals and stretched all the time, loved to learn new things he never experienced, and used his imagination to see himself reaching that goal. And so, as we learned from the masters, this is the way. So see yourself reaching the goal, use your imagination. And so this is why this faculty is so important. And especially in these times, as there is so much going on, so many crises catching each other, and how to stay rooted within yourself. That's the challenge, right? And if you're frustrated with not getting there where you really want to go, or even not starting, then your mindset is here in question. And so how can you change perspective? It's not that you have to try necessarily harder and more, but do it differently and maybe even easier than you would have imagined, and takes the roadblocks away that are holding you back. So new perspectives, that's one thing. And also getting the right perspective, getting the big goal that is worthy for you. And then small steps, even like smallest steps, are already the movement into the right direction. And you don't know how easy this could go then to reach your goal. And so this is something I would like to leave you with here into the weekend, and would like to thank you for your interest in the imagination here, and looking forward to see you for another topic tomorrow. And this will be, of course, also on Bob Proctor and the mindset teachings that he had. And wishing you a great start into the new day, and looking forward to staying connected. Bye.